Hello guys, here I'm replacing capacitors on the Pioneer 1100 which we've been servicing before. The sound from this deck was not so good as from the other ones, T-91. It was too dry, so I decided to replace these old capacitors with the modern Muse version. So far this looks to be it. I will check the output cascades like by schematics to see more, but these two guys are on the power supply for this amplifier, and these two others are on the power supply on the Dolby chip. I need to check the rest of these guys, and I hope I will be done with this part, and then I will go to the record amplifier. So Nakamichi, Pioneer CT91 has already Muse capacitors installed from the factory, bipolar, and this has a Muse series. You may see here, I believe. Yeah, Nichicon Muse. You see, but these guys are polar. So that's a different series. So I'd like to see if this will make the sound better, same as the CT91. Let's see. Still working on, we'll let you know results. Hello again guys. So I'm finally assembling this deck. You see new capacitors installed. As you may see, some improvements to the double capacitors, so I replaced it with bipolar and twice less capacity. So double 22s replaced with 10 microfarad bipolars. Everything else was upgraded either. Deck already tuned. So my thoughts. First of all, from everything I've heard so far, sound become like more deep and more rich. I like it. It's like, and the deck obtained his soul. It was a little bit dry. From the frequency response, there is no change. It has been recording a crazy flat and crazy high. It's continued doing that. So I will show you a couple things. So first of all, let's check the level. So everything been tuned up, and then I will tell you more about the tuning process and errors in the service manual. So here is the Dolby level, and you may see it's perfectly matched. Okay. So moving on. The process itself, I was following the manual. Again, I did a couple times and found like ridiculous things there, but let's go one by one. So these two ports are adjust balance in the left and right shoulder in the playback amplifier, and we measuring, I believe here, TP21, and here is TP22, okay? And the black squared pins of the resistors. Yeah, I hope you see it. And our goal is to get as close to zero on the milliwatt meter as possible. So I was using my regular milliwatt meter to do that. Next, setting up levels with Dolby S on. We're setting up playback levels here, and then Dolby S off. We're setting playback levels with these two ports, white colored, and measuring on the checkpoints here, the same black squares. One channel and other channels here. And that's the point to do it accurately with high precision, because it will define multiple things in this deck. What else? Then we tune up recording pass. Like here is the record levels for Dolby S, record levels here, these two white ports. Next piece, bias controls here, normal tape, left, right, chrome, metal, and then like two ports to check with and without HX Pro right there, and bias frequency here. Then like when we tune it up deck and its records and plays well, we need to tune up BLE system. Tune up BLE, we hold together mode, and this like monitor switch. When I do that, oh, I need to close it. Okay, you see, one is been 400 Hz, and we adjusted it right here. The last spot, we need to get to 0 decibel. Okay, it was warm, now it's cold. Next we click here, gets 2. It's I believe 3 kilohertz or 6 kilohertz. It measure, and 3, and it's 15 kilohertz. And I was like going crazy because BLE didn't tune up properly. And then I written the instructions that 15 kilohertz should be tuned minus 3 decibel. This is important, otherwise you never get the flat curve on the frequency response when you're recording and applying this BLE. This is really important. To get out of this mode, just click reset here. Okay, and the last piece is to set levels for indicator here. So we're setting up 0 level, and at the same time these levels goes directly to the control CPU here on this board, and it defines the calibration level for the tape. And here there's a little problem with this deck. It records about 2 decibel or like 2.5 with BLE on. Without BLE, it's tuned, it records 1:1. With BLE on, I was not able like to do anything. I even like was sitting a couple days with schematic, reading it, understanding, like analyzing, and there is like no any way to change it behavior, because as soon as these levels gets to the CPU measure levels and adjust BLE, and then the same CPU sends digital control signals to the other CPU which works with this indicator. So there is no way to separate BLE levels and indicator levels. So I decided to keep proper indicator levels and sacrifice it BLE level. So this deck will record like 2 decibel over, like 2.5. And it's adjustable, so during recording you can do like a little bit higher, and as you've done. But if you will do proper BLE levels here, deck will show wrong results on the indicator. That's what I like to avoid. And I saw like it's possible like to upgrade something, like to maybe install some additional ports. No, it just goes directly. Look here. Let me zoom in. So, it just, here is a meter amplifier. These 2 ports where we adjusting level, here on the back, and 2 signals left and right, meter level. We see left meter level, right meter level. And they goes directly to the CPU here. Let me see. And here, 1 second they go around. They go to this. It's not amplifiers, it's just repeaters, because there is no any amplifier level using op-amps, and then they go directly to the CPU, meter left, meter right. And CPU communicates by the digital bus with our here other CPU to FL unit, and we go to FL unit, and it's just digital signals which goes directly to the sub CPU and this process indication. So that was I wasn't able to fix, so probably I'm not sure, maybe it was original done like that in the program of CPU, because it's programmed to keep these levels. Maybe just like was the case to avoid like over level or whatever. Maybe it just degrades over time, but that's what we have, and it's not separatable. So that's the only flaw in this deck, which prevents it like to be like 100% accurate. So if they would do this separately, indicator levels and like calibration levels, that would be ideal. What else? Let's try to do some measurements with and without BLE. So I will put tape type 1. Let me run my T-1100 tool. Let's see how it works. It shows currently Dolby level, and you see it's corresponds. Let's adjust a little bit. Okay, it's zeros here and zeros here. I've adjusted. Let's do recording without BLE. Okay, now something weird is going on. I was adjusting the last tape, was a metal tape. On metal tape, other channel was like working a little bit different, like 1 decibel, 1.5 decibel difference. That's why. And let's do -20, and let's do white noise. So see, it's a little bit different. Let's adjust it. You see, it even goes like a little bit higher on the right channel. On both channels, after 8 kilohertz, it gets like about 2 decibels on the high frequencies. It's fine. Now, I will run BLE system. Okay, let's try record now. And you see the same flat line, like it's even like flatten up in the middle, so around 6 kilohertz, and a little bit up after 16 kilohertz. But it's just like crazy. So this deck can record really well. Alright, let's check other tape types. So this is SA90. And if you will start recording now with BLE, this type 2 will be blinking, see? It says that BLE data match type 1. So we should not be recording with that. So I will reset BLE. Let's try recording without BLE. And that's what we get here. This is without BLE. You see, overall level like about 2 decibel higher. Looks pretty nice. Now, let's do BLE. It's here is called flat system. And let's see what we get. Same signal, nothing changes. You see how flat it become? Like it goes flat beyond 22 kilohertz. And we will measure with oscilloscope and with TVM a little bit later, just to see how far it can go. Alright, now let's do TDK MA tape. Alright. Turn off belly. Alright. Flat recording without belly. Let's see. Alright. Now let's run belly. And you see it's adjusted level a little bit, so it's close to -20, and it's particularly flat with this tape. Now let's do an interesting test. Let's take a tape, and because I calibrated bias for TDKMA, and this Sony tape has about 3 decibel lower high frequency response. Let's try to see without belly what we will get with this tape, but it has significantly higher level. So you see it's like about 5 decibel higher, and there is a slope on the right side. Okay, now let's run this flat system, and you will see that it will reduce bias to the left versus other tapes it was keeping around the middle, and it's reduced level to the left as well. Okay, now let's see what we will get here. Will it be the same as TDKMA? I would say it's pretty the same. You see how flat it is now, and level gets here, and so on. Really great results. Definitely, there is no more slope here. That's what you get with this nice deck, and this is how it will respond when you try to record. Okay, next. Let me remove my laptop. And I will reconnect to the oscilloscope and the generator. So this one is oscilloscope, I believe. This one generator. I didn't tune anything yet, so let's set 2 volts. And 400 hertz. Right. Let's tune up. Okay, output equal 0 decibel here. Nice signal. Let's do recording on this tape. Looks like I would need to adjust a little bit one channel. Here is still like it's less than 1 decibel difference. It's not a problem. Let's see. So let me reduce it to -20. So make them equal. And its source and its tape. Less than 1 decibel, half decibel difference. Okay, this is 400 Hz. We're recording. So here, -20. Let's see what it can do with this tape. 1 kilohertz flat. 10 kilohertz, half decibel, even less difference. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let me do it a little bit bigger. Here, 17. You see? Now drop 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No changes and no jumping anymore, you see? So I would not say that it is a good filtering of the bias frequency, but the levels and phase it keeps pretty well. 22 kilohertz, 23, 24, 25, no change, 26, 27, it gets higher, 28, 29, 30, 31, it becomes a bumpy ride, you see. So the levels on this tape are jumping. But it's still recording 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, okay, 34. 34 is still level and it's still recording. No change with this deck as we've been recording before and recording now. And it's on this tape, okay? Let's check the main tape. It should have a better response. So let's calibrate. And I will reduce frequency for now to 1 kilohertz. Alright. Let's do calibration. Done. Let's try. Alright, recording with this tape a little different levels for some reason between left and right channel. It's me do it even. Alright, 1 kilohertz. Nice. View, go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No difference. And see how well it keeps phase. So oscilloscope don't handle well. Here, you see, 15 kilohertz. TDKMA 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You see, 23. The first sign of a little bit of jumping. 24, 25. Levels are still there. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Wow. Still. See? 35 kilohertz. It's the best deck ever I've seen, which is capable to do recording in phase on 35 kilohertz. Okay. 36 it drops. Okay. But 35 is it just very something. It's the best deck ever, guys. Pioneer did like top of the top. They get above and beyond. So if you made this deck in a good shape, cool. That's the only deck you would like to have. but sound improved when I replaced capacitors. Older capacitors were a little bit dry on my taste. Now they're beautiful. What else? I even don't know what else we can do. We can try type 1 if you like. I'm not sure about 35 kilohertz, but we can get something. Okay, while calibrating, I will reduce frequency. So, in every case, we are recording including BLE data. That's why we've seen everything so flat. Let me adjust for this tape levels. 1 kilohertz. We're recording 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was easy. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right in phase. Cool. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In phase recording type 1. 21, 22, 23. It still keeps levels. 24, 25, 26. 27. Oh yeah, it's minus 2 decibels. But it's still in phase. 27 kilohertz type 1 tape. I bet no any other deck can do that. Let me know if you know other model which can do that. Right? 28. It's reduced. 29 recording 30. It's still recording 30 on type 1, 31, it's not usable. Probably like 29 is the last value. More or less meaningful for type 1 tape. You see? Yeah. That's the baby, right? I will regret that I sell it. Okay. I believe that would be it. So let me know if you like it, if you need more ideas, more instructions, how to work. And maybe last piece. Pioneer instructions use dBV, like decibel volt. And that's where like they say exactly 0 dBV is 1 volt here. So we need to use this top rate scale to read and install all values according to service manual. Except the one, let me show you, there is error. Pioneer service manual has error. And this connects with the levels. Okay, here you may see instruction where ports and test points are. And here is a problem. Pioneer uses 2 different tapes for levels. You see, STD331E, right? And here as a reference recording level is 250 nanoweber. It's a latest standard adopted by Sony and other companies, so 0 decibel on the indicator would be 250 nanoweber. And there is a different recording tape with 331B, right? And it's 460 nanoweber. And this tape will be showing 4 decibel less. However, when I was reading the manual and tuning it, there is an error. Playback level adjustment. The first part with Dolby S is correct. minus 6.5 dBV. Let me show you. 6.5 dBV on the top scale here, top rate scale. I will get to minus 4.3 dBm. The scale which used by all other vendors. And or dBu is very close to dBm, so like there is no difference. And like all decks of these generations are tuned between minus 4 and minus 5 decibel here. And here is the range minus 6.5, gets exactly in the proper position here. Now, the second, when we have Dolby off, and it says that we need to measure test points and set minus 11 dBV. And minus 11 dBV would be minus 9 dBm. And this will have a difference 4.5 decibel on the lower scale. And that's where the problem is. If you will set this value, this would mean that it will play tapes with Dolby S much louder than tapes recorded without Dolby S. I believe here they mean a tape 331B. So there is some error with this value. It should not be so. That's the only difference I found. Everything else looks more or less fine. It's much easier to use like dBm or dBu values. You don't need to put minus 15.2. You just put like minus 10 or like minus 15 decibel. Or like this value, so it would be much more easier. Everything else is pretty straightforward, and procedure of how to calibrate out of BLE here, and you may read yourself. Here that's 15 kilohertz. It just so that minus 3 decibel segment on the level meter lights, and I was doing like all three values like to 0. And I see that it doesn't work. I have a slope on the high frequencies using BLE, unless I found this text. So be pretty diligent when you're reading these manuals. Okay, that would be it. Thank you. See you next time. Nice deck. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.